Welcome back to the ticker on Yahoo Finance. Let's take a look at oil right now. Brent is sitting at 42 bucks and 21 cents. WTI is at 39 bucks and 74 cents. And Scott Bauer, the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, joins us now to talk about the outlook for oil over the next couple of months. So Scott, we know there's the new Baker Hughes data that's out. Oil exploration did shrink for a 14th straight week amid weak crude prices. Can you give us a sense of whether this will be a short-term catalyst or we can anticipate this sort of trajectory going forward?
No, I think it's going to continue this way. The oil market has been for the last 3-4 months just all over the board. And we went from kind of the situation of absolute overload of supply and demand destruction. Now, with all the supply cuts, now the supply is kind of in line, but the demand, even though it's ramping up right now, it's still very, very cautious. So, I think that we're going to trade in a very, very tight range over the next couple of months. I would be bearish. I would be a little bit biased on the bearish side because I think we're getting a little too far ahead of ourselves in terms of ramping up demand based on the opening, not just of our economy, but what's going on worldwide as well.
Yeah, speaking of worldwide, of course, we saw an uptick in Chinese economic activity recently, although with that recent Beijing outbreak, I'm curious to see whether we should expect supply to see continued demand over the next couple of months. As we enter the summer season, I know a lot of folks are trying to get back up and running. Businesses have reopened. Do you anticipate that we could see a sort of a reversal here?
I actually do. I mean, we all want everything to be open and we want to get back in our cars and we want to, get back on public transportation. But, what we're seeing right now, the early data anyway, to me is not real optimistic. So even though we've seen demand increase over the last few weeks, and we saw that happen in China specifically, but that's actually pulling back and it's definitely well below normal. And I think that's what we're going to see here as well.
And especially for the macro trends of travel, right? With lower vacations, people being fearful when it comes to flying, there are a lot more road trips that are going to happen as companies like Airbnb and VRBO seem to be performing well relative to hotels. How do you anticipate gas prices to really, do we expect pain at the pump over these summer months?
I think that we have to take that with a grain of salt. Compared to where we were a month, 6 weeks ago with gas prices maybe being $1.50, $1.60 a gallon. Now they're around 210, 220 in my area. Are they going to go up from here a little bit? Probably, but I don't see that anywhere close to what we're typically, used to in the summer driving months. I don't see gas prices really going up much more than 10 to 15% from where we are right now.
And thinking about Europe-China relations, we know Robert Lighthizer out of the USTR did say on Wednesday that basically things are still on track. And then we saw the news out today, reported by Bloomberg, showing that perhaps that China has committed to buying more resources and agricultural products from the U.S. How bullish are you in the short term and long term that we can actually come to a deal? Because we know there has been a lot of mixed messaging amid this coronavirus blame game.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. It is a blame game. I remain, I guess I would say, cautiously optimistic. Unfortunately, and I don't want to get into the political side of things, I do think politics are going to play into this the closer and closer we get to the election, which probably plays out on the positive side for trying to get these negotiations really done and China to adhere, to the trade deal and maybe even taking it to the next step.
Thanks so much, Scott Bauer, Prosper Trading Academy CEO. Have a great weekend.
You as well.